Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to do this floating text as you see on the screen right now, and we'll make a macro at the end. And as usual, I will have a free preset in the description below, so you'll be able to change the text that's on it, color, and many other things as well. We'll start here on the edit page. Go up to the media pool as usual, right click, new fusion composition. Change the duration to 15 seconds. You can name it if you'd like, but you don't have to. And bring it on down to the timeline and go to Fusion. We'll start out on the toolbar, grab a shape node. Put that in viewer 1. Go with the inspector under shape. Change it from plane to cylinder. Change the radius from 1.0 to 2.0. And change the height from 2.0 to 8.0. Then go to transform. Under rotation, Z-axis, take that to 90. While your shape node selected, go to the toolbar and select the merge, camera, and 3D render. Pipe the render into the media out. Make sure the media out is in viewer 2. Select the camera node. You'll see in viewer 1, you'll see the camera is right within the cylinder. Let's go over here to transform. Select use target. Up here under translation, Z-axis, and we'll move the camera back and you'll start seeing the cylinder in viewer 2. And we're going to want it something like that probably. We'll go to viewer 1. Or I should say one viewer. And you can adjust this to your liking. I'm right around 20. Now I'm right at 20. Click away back here. Shift spacebar. And type in fall off. That's what we want right here. And pipe that into the shape. Now, if you're not familiar with the fall off, we can do several things with this. The face on color is more of the color within inside the object. I want to turn this opacity all the way down in a minute. We have the glancing color as well. And that's more the color on the outer perimeter of the object. Be sure to set those back to white. Turn the opacity all the way down. And the fall off all the way down. That will make it completely invisible. We're going to leave it up a little bit for now while we apply the text to it. So with the fall off node selected, Shift spacebar and material merge. This is what we want right here. We're going to need 3 of them. I recommend making sure they're connected. Alright, click away above the first one. Grab a 2D text node, which is a text plus. Pipe it into the material merge like I just did. Put the text you're liking in. I recommend using a font like Open Sans if you're going to make a macro, because almost any computer has Open Sans, or maybe everyone does. But if you use a font that is not in another computer, it will not recognize any text at all. You can always change it later though, in the macro, on the timeline. Right now, we could make this fit using the layout, but I'm going to leave them at 0.5 so you can fine tune things later in the inspector. So we'll add a transform to this. With the first text node selected, go up to the toolbar and select transform. Up in the inspector, under the center X, change that to 0.75. That rotates our text around where it's visible. And then under the angle, change that to -90. Go back to the text node, we'll size it accordingly. And if you need longer text than that, you can always make the cylinder longer if you'd like. In fact, we can do that now, because it isn't going to hurt nothing. I changed mine to 9. Except for the text is already on there, so it adjusted the tracking on me. Once you have your text and everything set that you'd like, copy and paste both these. Pipe it in, select transform 2, and under center X, put in 0.4. And then put whatever text for your liking. It'll be the same as the first text because we copied and pasted it. Okay, now we'll copy and paste that one. And select transform 3. In the inspector, center X, change that to 0.08. And we're going to animate this in the shape node. So select it, go to the inspector, under rotation, y-axis. If you rotate it, you'll see the cylinder rotating. Set it back to 0. Right click on the Y. Go down to modify width. And curves. Now we have a modifier up here. Select it. Go down to scale. This is how many times you want it to rotate within that 15 seconds. We're going to go 720. And you can put whatever you like in there. If you want to turn only one rotation in that, go ahead and put 360. Or you can go and make it spin faster if you like. We'll put that in the inspector as well. Select the render node. Change the render type from software render to hardware. Go back to the render node and switch the transparency from Z buffer to quick sort. You can look in the viewer and you'll see the difference. Go back to the fall off node. Take the fall off all the way down. Let's turn render to cache on. Hey, change my third text. So select that text 3 box. You can't put any background behind it. Okay, now we'll make the macro. Normally making a macro, you do not include the media out, but in this certain case, and I ran across it before, I do have to add it in this one. So hold the control button down after making certain nothing's selected, and follow along with me here. When I'm in that order, that way they'll be in that order in the inspector. Then hit all, right click on any one of them, go to macro, create macro, we'll give it a name. I'm calling mine rolling text tutorial because I do have one in my system. And just follow along. I'll explain the best I can as we go. while making a macro, if you need to know what to select whatever node you're on. We're on the text 1. So if we select that, we go over the inspector, you'll see everything I have here. Your layout and all that. You can follow right along with it. Not everything is in black and white to understand it, but if you play around long enough, you'll figure them out. Okay, that's enough for that. I go to text 2 and select all the same. We're on this one, under layout here. If you go in the inspector and select layout, these are the ones we're getting right now. Type and the center X and Y. We can do without the type actually, but always put it in. We don't need anything else in here. I recommend going back to where you were before you continue. Go to anim curve. Under scale, select that. And erase scale and type in transparency. Erase scale and type in rotation. Actually, rotation, direction. I will fall off. Again, you can select that and then look in the inspector to see what you need. Select the fall off and delete the word fall off and put in transparency. Go down to media out. Be sure to select the input and the output. Output should already be selected. Anything in red when you see it before you go into it and do anything, if it's red, means something is checked in it automatically. Go up to File, Save As. Put it in your folder. Okay, now to find your folder, go up here under Effects, go to Templates, Edit, Titles. I have my own folder made. You can drop it in Resolve folder, or if you made a folder, use your own. Right click on it and show folder. I just copied and pasted it into my folder. Now we'll go to the edit page and we'll find it and see how it looks. Here's the new one we just made. Want to stretch it to 15 seconds. Now if you select it, look over the inspector, you'll see we have all the controls we need. We can change the text, the color. You have all your text stuff you need, including the anchors. You have to line things up. If you want to change the direction, under rotation direction, put a minus in front of the 720. Now to rotate the other way. Obviously you want to change your text around. And under transparency, we can make the cylinder visible. Add some color to it. You can do some stuff like that if you'd like. Whatever you want to do. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.